So, imposter syndrome. I can guarantee, in fact, I will bet my Labrador on the fact that over 80% of people will at least feel imposter syndrome at some point in their business adventure or at some point in their life when doing something. And it's an extremely normal thing to feel when you're starting out on a new adventure or starting a new business. It's like a really common thing, and it's definitely not a sign of weakness or inadequacy in any way. Even highly experienced and successful people still feel this at some point when they're stepping out of the comfort zone. And imposter syndrome is basically the feeling or the belief that your success, your own success, can be achieved through your own skill set or is even deserved. That's all that imposter syndrome is. And yeah, I think most people definitely do feel it. You know, the feeling of it, you know, it can make you feel like you're a fraud, or you're going to get found out, or you know, your success isn't deserved. You downplay it all, like you're not skillful enough to do the job that you were doing. Like when you relate that to like being a professional dog walker, you will think like, am I good enough? Am I worth the money that I want to charge? Am I professional enough? Do I know enough? Am I as good as others? All these like feelings are probably going to come across your mind when you're starting up your own business, and they definitely did mine. I am truly like up there with imposter syndrome. No matter what business or whatever I've tried to do in a new career, a new job, I have always downplayed it and sort of said that I'm not skillful enough and I didn't know enough, and am I going to be as good as others, and are people actually going to want to pay me to walk their dogs? Am I going to do it well enough? It turns out the answer is yes to all of those. You guys should definitely think that you are valuable enough. You are definitely valuable. You should like use your skills to your strengths. Like if you are great with dogs and stuff like that, you provide a lot of care, you're meticulous in your scheduling and how you look after them, you're so safe with them when you take them out, you make sure that the dogs are in the best interest. You know, use these strengths that you've got to really like sort of combat those feelings, because you are worthy, you are worth enough. Like, you know, if Molney were there for dog walkers, we could all pick it up. You know, so take the time to figure out, like, go back through all your past experiences, like how knowledgeable are you with dog breeds? Have you grown up with dogs? How well do you know them? Do you know how to handle them? Have you got a good knowledge on training? How's your first aid? You know, all these things that you know, all your past experiences, even in your other jobs, when you've overcome any sort of little task and you've done it to the best of your abilities, and you know, all these sort of things you should be doing to try and lift yourself up. Like all the skills and even like qualifications that you've got might be obvious to you and might not mean anything, but these like skills and knowledge and experience and so all these things that you've got will all compound together to give you the skills that you need to walk these chappies. And if you do really struggle with like, you know, self-worth and believing in the things that you're capable of, you could keep a little success journal, and every single time that you get a nice comment about how you walk the dogs, how you've looked after them, how well you're doing, how nice the pictures are, just jot all these down and just remember all the times that people have commented, you know, nice things on the work and the service that you provided. And it's always important to acknowledge any progress, no matter how small it is. Like the fact that you're even considering starting up your own business, or maybe you've just started and you've put yourself out there. That is like a huge leap forward, and that should be acknowledged as some like significant progress. You know, and like success might come in the form of different things. It might just be how you've handled a dog. Like if you've got a dog to walk nicely, or a difficult dog that's been a bit challenging on lead or in general off lead, and he's come back to you and he's progressing and he's happy. You know, that is a win, that is progress. You're not managing your schedule right, getting everything laid out and lined up properly. You know, you're doing the logistics right and you're doing everything safe and properly. That is a small win, that is a good thing to mark down. Getting a good review or a comment on how well you're doing. Stuff like that. I mean, just like silly little things, like sometimes I can walk a pack of dogs, you know, 5 or 6 of them, and then some people will come past and they'll say, it's a well-behaved pack you've got there. You know, just little things like that are important to acknowledge, that you are doing the right thing and you are good at what you do. But as with life or in any business or anything that you're doing, mistakes are going to be a natural part of the process. You are going to make mistakes, but the important thing is that you learn from these mistakes. Don't see them as a way to like self-criticize yourself and talk yourself down. Look for these a way like, how can I improve it? What can I do better next time? What challenges did happen that I need to improve on? You know, look for ways to get round the issues and how you can improve the service. Don't look at these challenges and things as a way to grow. You know, and it's important to set real expectations and like things that you want to achieve. You know, set them boundaries in place. Don't like look so forward like saying so and so has got 20 clients, I really want 20 clients by the end of the month. That's not realistic. It takes time to build up a client base. So set yourself nice expectations. You could like set yourself a task, which is a really good one, and I know it sounds like it could take a long time because people want to grow as fast as possible. 1 client a week. Get your advertisements out there and try and get 1 client a week. The business is going to have its ups and downs. Not every day is going to be perfect. Even now, for me, as many years as I am in, we still have rough days because dogs are live animals. Their mannerisms, their behaviours and stuff can change from any sort of, you know, external factors. It's hard to manage at times. Not every single day is rainbows. And that's another thing that's important to point out. Like, do not compare yourself to absolutely anybody else. Like, anybody can put what they want on Facebook. Anybody can put what they want on social media. Do you know what I mean? Do not compare your daily highlights of struggles that you might have with somebody's highlight reel that they put up with all these little dogs running around having a great time. You know, I've had tough days, and you know, we've still put up videos and pictures of the dogs where they're all having a great time. For the most part, they are, but sometimes it can be a real struggle. Do you know what I mean? And the owners and the people on social media do not see that side of running a business. So, you know, do never compare yourself to anybody else's business. You know, so I want you guys to be kind to yourself, you know, and look for all the positives and use positive affirmations, because everybody is worthy, everybody can do stuff. It's all about learning and growth and challenging yourself to do new things. You know, so stay away from any sort of negative self-talk or negative doubt towards yourself or anything like that, and look to the positive. And remember is that your value isn't solely relied on your business. You have a lot of positive practical skills that you can apply outside of the business. You are a nice person, you know what I mean? If you're general, you're bubbly, stuff like that. These are nice things. And honestly, let's get over the imposter syndrome. The only way to get over it and being scared about things is to push through it and just get it done. You know, if you're scared about it, sit down, get a brand, get your brand name, get your business name, design a logo, design your first like starting up dog walking, you know, and it's so scary. Honestly, I felt exactly the same. I was so nervous and scared. Same things you guys are probably all feeling right now. And the one thing it is, I put it up there and I sat it on the Facebook page, created my page first as well, which again was a scary thing in itself. And then we got it on there and I just pressed pause. I pressed post, put it up there, I just closed my laptop. Do you know what I mean? Done is better than perfect. Remember that, just getting it done and getting it out there is better than perfect. We can tweak it in time. These small, consistent steps, again, on track, falling over. These small, consistent steps that you take are going to build confidence and character. So just, like I say, getting it done. I know it's scary, but if everything in life, this is off Scrubs for anybody that watches it, and it's so applicable to everything. If anything in life worth having, hang on, I said that wrong. Nothing in life worth having comes easy. And it's absolutely true. Dr. Bob Kelso, nail on the head. But yeah, so like, I know it's going to be scary, but the only way to get through it is just to do these small little steps. Like say, start up with coming up with an idea name. Create your page. You don't have to publish it, just create your page. Create your first post on Canva or whatever. Have a look at it, get it up there, save it as a draft. And when you feel the time, honestly, and the biggest advice that I can give anybody is that the time will never be right. There is never a right time. If you just think, oh, I'll wait for the right time, it's not right to do it now, it'll never be right. There'll never be a perfect time to kick off and start a business. So my advice is that I know it's scary, but you just got to put it out there And like I said, done is better than perfect. I just want to remind you all that you are capable, you do deserve success, and you should embrace your own unique journey in starting your own business. It's as scary as it is, and if it were scary, it wouldn't be worth doing. There'd be no growth there. You need to step out of your comfort zone. You need to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and that is the only way that you're going to grow and run a successful business and getting rid of that self-doubt. I want you to use all of the strengths you've got. If you're caring for the dogs, you have good connections with the dogs, you've got good energy with the dogs, you've got a passion for dogs, you're good with first aid, you are meticulous in your scheduling, you take some amazing pictures, you've got a bit of photography skill, you're very bubbly, high energy, you make good videos and reels, make people feel good, make the dogs feel good. Use all these strengths to your advantage within your marketing, your videos, everything you do in the business. Just put your personality into it. Like, just your passion for dogs in general is just like an absolute superpower. And I know one of the things that might conflict you is that you have no idea where to start. What information do you need? What do you need? You have, like, where do you start? Well, lucky for you guys is to help you get on your way and give you a 7-day process on the Odin's Paws Patreon page, which I will put the links for. We do have a free 7-day start up. It tells you what you need, what you could do in day 1 to 7, you know, so you could get started up in a little week. It just lays it out in a little bit of information, which would be like useful. Like I say, it's free, it's on there. Go and get it, have a look at it. Let's push past. And we have a lot of exciting things coming into the membership, and we're going to build a community in there, hopefully. So yeah, and again, imposter syndrome, again, putting out that 7-day trial, I was like, are people going to want this? Do people need this? You know, and I'm setting this up and putting this information out there to help other dog walkers. Again, imposter syndrome kicked in there. Should I really be starting a YouTube channel? Should I really be putting this information? Who's going to listen to me? Do I know more than others? All these things went through here. But I made it, I did it, I pressed publish, I got on with it. And as scary as it was all the best thing I ever did. We now have, come here guys, like we now have like a thriving dog walking business. We are fully booked like most weeks. Now bear in mind that I don't take on a lot of dogs as most. I don't have the biggest van, so we don't take out loads. We keep the groups quite small, but the schedule is packed, it's thriving. The dogs that I've got are great, and it's a pleasure, even though it's raining right now when I'm doing this video. But if I didn't do videos in the rain, we'd never do one over here. But yeah, push past it. I know it's scary, but it needs to be done. And go grab yourself the 7-day free, the free startup thing, and go check all that information out. That's it for this one, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.